Hello, this is Scholar Strife doing some math today. In Algebra 1, we're going to be interpreting the discriminant. So the expression b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant, and it's part of a formula, well, the quadratic formula, which we're going to learn in the next part. But what it does, it tells you how many solutions does a quadratic equation have. If b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0, then it has two solutions. If it's equal to 0, it's one solution, and if it's less than 0, there is no solution. So let's take a look at this. Use the discriminant to find the number of solutions. So this won't tell you what the solutions are, but it will tell you how many there are. So b squared minus 4ac. So when it's always best to determine what your a value is, your b value, and your c value. And then we're just going to plug them in. Negative 3 quantity squared minus 4 times 1 times c. Negative 3 squared is positive 9. Minus 4 times 1 is negative 4 times negative 2 is positive 8. So my answer is 17. Since 17 is greater than 0, so there is two solutions. Okay, let's do another one. A equals 3. There is no b value, so we say b value is 0, and c is 2. So I have 0 squared, because we're plugging into b squared minus 4ac. So b squared, which is 0 squared minus 4 times 3, which is a value, and our c value is 2. So 0 minus 24 is negative 24. Negative 24 is less than 0, so no solution. Okay, part C. A value is 2, B value is 8, C value is 8. So 8 squared minus 4 times A times C is 64 minus 4 times 2 is 8. And 8 times 8 is 64. So we have minus 64 here. 64 minus 64 is 0. So it's equal to 0. 0 equals 0. So one solution. Okay. So we got to make sure that we move everything to one side, because that will affect our a value, b value, and c value. So I need to move this 2 over by subtracting it. So I have negative 2x squared plus 4x minus 2 is equal to 0. It's best, this method works if you set the equation equal to 0. So a value is negative 2, b value is 4, c value is negative 2, and we're going to test the discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. This changes into b squared, which is 4 squared, minus 4 times a times c, which is 16 minus 16, which is 0. So there is only one solution. Alright, let's do this some more. So we're going to move this over. So I have 3x squared plus 7x plus 5 equals 0. So a equals 3, b equals 7, c equals 5. Plugging into b squared minus 4ac, I get 7 squared minus 4 times a times c is 49 minus 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times 5 is 60. So I have negative 11, which means no solution. A equals 5, B equals 0, C equals -6. So I have 0 squared minus 4 times 5 times -6. So I get positive 120. So that means 2 solutions. A is, oh, gotta move it over first. So negative x squared minus 6x minus 9 equals 0. So A value is -1, B value is -6, and C value is -9. So -6 squared plus minus 4 times -1 times -9. So I have 36 minus 36, which is 0, so 1 solution. Find the number of x-intercepts. So they don't want you to find the x-intercepts, they just want to know how many are there. And for a quadratic equation, that is the same as finding how many solutions are there, because the x-intercepts are the solutions to a quadratic equation. So, once again, b squared minus 4ac, a equals -1, b equals 3, c equals 4. 3 squared minus 4 times a, which is -1, times c, which is 4. I get 9 plus 16, which is 25. That means there are 2 solutions, which means 2 x-intercepts. And then before we get a little too repetitive, I'm going to just quickly go through these. A is -1, b equals 3, c equals -3. 3 squared minus 4 times -1 times -9. I have 9 minus 36, which is -27. So that means no x-intercepts, no solutions. Basically, you have a graph like this, or like this. Keeps going on forever and ever, but it never touches the x-axis. So something like that. Part B, a equals 1, b equals -4, c equals +4. So -4 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is +4. I have 16 minus 16, which is 0. So 1 solution, 1 x-intercept. Same thing. Hopefully this helped you out. Have a good day.